September 11th, 2021. 20 years after the nightmare of 2001, the worst attack in American history. It was also the day that all Americans after that day, came together in one voice, that we would fight back, that we would come together in a new unity. But unfortunately, that is not the case in a lot of cases here. And I'm going to give you the perfect example. I wish I didn't have to talk about this, but I saw this article and I needed to read it. It's from thepalmerreport.com, written by Robert Harrington. Just in case you forgot what a jerk Donald Trump is. I have so much to say about the magnificent American unity that storied and evil day, September 11th, 2001, wrought from sea to shining sea. But I'm reversing all that, for the 20th anniversary of the day itself. Today, I come not to praise Americans for how they came together on that day, but to bury some of the ones who didn't. September 11th, 2001, or 9/11 as it will be forever known, was what I call a Kennedy Day. Like the assassination of John F. Kennedy, it was a day that changed the world and dominated the news cycle for an entire year and beyond. It was a day of infliction, a line drawn deep in historical sand. A day when many Americans who were alive on that day will forever read historical events as events that happened before and after September 11th. Just as that day brought the beautiful side of unity in most of us, it also brought the ugly side in a lot of us. I'm not talking about the obvious, the fascism with an Islamic face. That is an empathy of mine that doesn't need to be stated or explained. I'm referring to the religious right and how they saw 9/11 as a golden opportunity to show the world how stupefyingly evil that these people can be. The late Reverend Jerry Falwell, and an ambassador that's still among us, Pat Robertson, couldn't help but crowing about how we invited these attacks, and some of us deserve the atrocities on 9/11. That it was God's judgment for our tolerance of homosexuality and other awful pronouncements I'm never going to reprint nor give space to. My disgust for them and people like them is clear as visceral today as it was then. Then you got the 9/11 truthers who grew like a festering combo on the back of the neck of that day and squatted like a bunch of stupid, self-righteous toads among us. They took and still take the historic efforts of first responders and turned them into mockery. Some of the truthers are even dumb enough to suggest that the first responders were in on the attack. Truthers will tell you to this day, and with a straight face, the same insanity disproval lie that huge swaths of engineers and scientists believed that 9/11 was a false flag operation staged or at least permitted by the Bush administration. The truth of the matter is that support for the movement is negotiable among professionals in relevant fields, such as civil and aerospace engineering. But the festering toads never let facts get in their way, nor do they bother to ask themselves the obvious questions, such as, why would anyone believe that murdering 3,000 Americans and blaming that murder on salty nationals provide anyone with a pretext for invading Iraq. But that's what these stupefyingly dense idiots think, if you'll pardon my employing that word for something empathetically other than thinking. Naturally, such an operation would require the assistance of thousands of people, all of whom have kept silent for over 20 years. People willing to perform baffling operations, such as sending the Twin Towers at night, when no one is supposedly looking, with high explosives, because crashing fuel-laden airplanes into the World Trade Center is somehow not enough. I've never tried LSD or mushrooms, so I can't vouchsafe for an occasion when such an idea may appear logical. Then there's Donald Trump himself, a category unto himself. Trump used the occasion to get on the radio and brag about how one of his buildings in the downtown area, I forget which one, I refuse to look it up, had suddenly been made the tallest building in Lower Manhattan.
40 Wall Street actually was the second tallest building in downtown Manhattan, and it was actually, before the World Trade Center, was the tallest, and then when they built the World Trade Center, it became known as the second tallest, and now it's the tallest.
Yeah, that's the kind of guy he is. Then he later invented the lie that he saw hundreds, or was it thousands? Anyway, that he saw Muslims in New York City cheering as the Twin Towers fell.
Holding tailgate style. Tailgate. You know what that means? Tailgate. That means football games, Ohio State, thousands of people in parking lots, on roofs.
While government officials and even the reporter who wrote that story say the investigation uncovered no such celebration, Trump points to his Twitter followers as evidence to the contrary.
So all of a sudden, I'm getting all of these tweets. I saw it, I was there, I was this, but I saw it.
Then he later claimed that he was in the rubble helping out. There is no evidence of that. But there is, on the other hand, photos of Hillary Clinton in the rubble helping out. Now, Donald Trump is going to spend the 20th anniversary of this attack by providing ringside commentary for a boxing match featuring former heavyweight champion Evander Holyfield. Yep, that's how every flag-waving conservative hero is going to solidify this day, by doing ringside commentary, a boxing match. So just in case you forgot what a jerk Donald Trump is, here is Donald Trump himself to remind you. He's back to remind you that he has no empathy, has no interest for his words, losers and suckers, unquote, who died that day. Trump is back to trumpet his ego and to make the day about his very most favorite subject of all, himself. And as ever, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, comrades and friends, stay safe.